Wait, stop. No, I'm joking.
I'm recording right now, so let's go.
All right. Welcome back to the Haunt D&D table with your friends Tano, Erlinda, and Ryu. Last week, yeah, last session, the party was walking through Ilacholte with Firth on their way to find somewhere, well, anywhere really, when they ran into a T-Rex. Well, the T-Rex was chasing them. To be fair, the T-Rex probably ran into them.
By choice.
And by choice, yeah, chased them across the map into a secluded little hole, in which the party found their new bastion and a new companion, on which I think the party's 50-50 on, by the name of Nabi. Firth got put in a doghouse. Tano created an infinitely looping speed arrow that will one day inevitably kill something and everyone. He might have created a doomsday arrow.
Doomsday arrow.
Erlinda talked to a doorknob. And Tano got everybody sucked into a fucking magic mirror.
Nice one, Tana.
All it sounds like is I'm the cause of all of the fun shit happening. Y'all got to step your game up.
Oh, almost forgot. 2 wyverns in the background were beating the shit out of a T-Rex that whole time as we were talking around the bastion. Yeah, some crazy kookiness happened in the overworld.
I'm very proud of them.
They grow up so fast.
After being pulled through the magic mirror, our company found themselves in a magically dark, snowy area. And the further they walked, the further deep they got stuck in the snow, until they happened across a man in a red outfit with red hair and a red beard, who tried to usher them out of the snow to safety. Unfortunately, our ranger decided it would be funny to go after being told not to move, which triggered a series of events that led to the group's savior inevitably being murdered by a void-like being. Chasing the group to the gates of what would have been their friend, but now dead companion, Tano and Ryu were successful in getting to the gate. However, Erlinda got left behind, trying to distract these void beings, and unfortunately got knocked to the side before being able to reach the gate. After a few rolls and an attempt and struggle, Erlinda was able to make it inside and being welcomed by the gnomish knights that were standing at the gateway trying to usher them inside the walls. While within the walls, the void beings are now visible, and things are a little wacky. But never mind that. It is time for you guys to go and meet the lady of the village, I guess you could call it, and talk to her about why her husband died. Tana. Yeah.
Erlinda also passed out, so.
Oh, yes. Yes. Pretty exhausting, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nearly dying. Again.
Before we go back into it real quick, if you look to the left of the current map that is uncovered at the top, is what our gnomes look like, but more importantly, our gnomish knight. Don't look like a normal gnome now, do it?
Looks like an anthropomorphic Furby.
You know what? I like it. Nightmare creatures? No. More like nightmare gnomes. Furby's scarier than any eldritch horror.
The skeletal reindeer, ornamentation is a nice touch on this. Good.
Thank you. It's I try. All right, so if you guys want to copy your tokens over and put them on that central map, we'll get on started here.
Intro map. What are we worried about? Tano is now a god.
Oh,
I mean, with that complexion,
I'll
definitely.
never let that happen. Right before getting enough experience to hit level 20, Tana was stricken down.
yeah, that sounds about right.
By fucking tripping on a ladybug. All right.
And the ladybug turns around. Oi!
Oi, you motherfucker! I'll kill ya! Ladybug fucking rolls an at 20, snaps Tano's neck. Tano is now dead.
There we go. This is the only ending I will now accept.
Okay.
I don't care
fucking-
what else is happening. That is the final blow.
You know what I did forget? I did forget
And then he brings
to
Erlo
jet
back.
villagers. Brings Erlo back. Erlo is dead and gone from existence. He got snapped out by this universe's fucking Thanos equivalent.
We never even finished that campaign.
And we never will.
Oh no, I refreshed the map. The map's still active. I won't let that map disappear for a while. The name for this image that I'm dropping right now is Evil Elves. I do not remember making this, but you know what? It fits. Things look fucking creepy as hell. Coolly. Oh, and I think I do remember discussing which one was the house you will be attending to. Let me go get my shapes out. Shapes.
Shopping.
Okay, so let me reiterate from what happened last session. This is essentially the gathering hall in which you can find the lady of the house, aka the Claus's house over there. If you see where all these little creepy little fucking elves are essentially housing and workshop areas. I think I remember saying where the workshop actually was, and I do believe I said
think it
the
was
workshop was
down
like
here.
right here. Yeah, you just put a circle right there. So that's your workhouse right there. If you want to walk around, explore, talk to the villagers, feel free to. When you're done fucking around, you can come over to this house over here where our little night gnome is standing.
Mm-hmm.
And one last time, the walls of this area, as discussed last time, do prevent these creatures from getting inside. So there is no time limit to what you do in this village. Although, again, you are kind of trapped here until you figure out how to get the fuck out, or
Mm-hmm.
until Nabi feels good enough to come back down and save your asses.
Okay. Okie dokie.
I am enjoying the fire.
Linda's still passed out on the ground.
I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna wait for them to do something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we actually? I thought we did something about that.
No, she just passed right out, and that was it.
In the
Like-
background, you hear a bunch of gnomes going, "Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. Our little stud, we're on the run."
Pirate gnomes in Christmas?
Excuse you, Everwinter.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
And I mean, yeah, background noise. Y'all being silent as hell. There's a
Mhm.
whole village here. You just got attacked by shadow creatures. Erlinda is knocked out on the ground.
Yep.
Is it a
So Tano,
I'm enjoying the fire.
right, you're enjoying that fire. And as you look down, you're sitting on a log. That's been there for a long time. It's kind of petrified by the cold. But it is nice and smooth when you sit down, and it is not an
Big
uncomfortable
smooth
sit.
log under me.
You sit on that log and you look at that fire, and you see the embers from the woods pop up in front of you. Every once in a while, you hear a crickle and a crackle coming from the pines that were on the tree or in the brush. The little needles kind of cracking off. Um, it's nice and cozy.
Very nice fire.
Now you're sitting on a nice big thick log.
Yeah, oh yeah. The thickest and smoothest of logs.
Hey, Bob, your pal doesn't look so good. You might want to check her out. To say. One of the gnomes calls as he walks across the street over to another house.
Well, that's a good start. 21 for a medicine check. Be the only nat 20 I get tonight, but you know,
Wait, was that a nat 20
it was
plus?
plus 1. Good start.
Yep. All right, man.
I
What
mean,
does that nat 20 do?
so Ryu, how? So what is your? Are you actually skilled in medicine, or is this just something where you're just taking a long shot to say?
I'm just trying to. Yeah, I have no idea. Very
So-
little idea what I'm doing here.
You look at Erlinda and you see that Erlinda's chest is moving up and down. And you're like, okay, Erlinda's alive. That is what a natural 20 gets you.
Wow.
No. You can see
Neat.
Erlinda's kind of in a bad way. Not the worst way, but in a bad way. Having just engaged with that beast, trying to get around it and getting knocked around, Erlinda is battered. Not torn to bits, but definitely bruised up, maybe a cracked rib here or there. Definitely exhausted for the most part, which is why the passing out happened in the first place. Probably just the adrenaline finally wearing out, and it just Erlinda had a collapse. Take a little brief rest. You reach your hand down to just get a feel to make sure Erlinda is like actually alive though, and you feel no heartbeat. Wait, is Erlinda actually dead?
She's
Like,
a
okay, but-
she's a zombie technically, so she's not really
right.
alive.
Have you guys had that
I
talk
thought we
though?
all knew that already.
But
Yeah.
have you had the actual talk where you're just like, hey, just in case I get knocked out, don't freak out if I don't have a heartbeat?
No. No, but I'm pretty
No.
sure at this point they both know that she's essentially just a walking, talking corpse.
Think, maybe I should ask that question when she wakes up.
It's probably you get the notion that's probably a better idea to either A, let Erlinda sleep it off, or to get Erlinda to a place that's nice and warm, probably like a log by a fire to try and warm her up a little bit. Make her a little bit more comfortable.
Okay. Here's the main question now. How long has it been since she put up her disguised self, her free disguised self, and is it actually still up because she's unconscious, technically?
Well, I mean, you're unconscious, so it definitely wouldn't be up. I guess that's the best way to answer that.
Alright, yep. Yeah, hold on.
Go
just
get the
kidding.
other token.
Yeah, you know.
As we watch
Yeah, you.
Wyvern's fucking cursor fly off the screen. I'll be right back real quick.
You can just keep talking until I can grab it real quick.
No, the class is going to be silent as we watch you walk around and go grab this in utter silence.
We'll see. Found it pretty quickly. There's the other token. There. Corpse woman.
Corpse woman.
Sick. Hold on. Let me just roll something real quick. Well, I mean,
Wow.
nothing happens. That roll matters nothing because of how fucking low that was.
Alright. Okay, so I guess what does the Ryu do at this point?
I don't know. Could you give me a hand? We should try to warm her up. I think. I'm not familiar with keeping things like her alive.
I mean, where? How?
Carry her to the fire,
Oh. Okay.
please.
Is this when Tano accidentally throws Erlinda in the fire?
Well, that was my next question. How close do we put her?
Do zombies like fire?
Undead flesh, fire, no mix.
Well, she doesn't have vulnerability to fire, so
Yeah.
I don't know
So
that.
just right in the fire.
yeah, just
Heave ho.
I mean, you can
As you
throw
say,
her in the
as you
fire.
say the words "heave ho," you just see all the fucking gnomes in the town stare at you and go at the same time, "Heave ho!"
Well, I'm just saying, if you do throw her in the fire, that will certainly wake her up, but you might not like the reaction that will happen afterward.
Yeah. So we move her over there.
Alright. Alright, yeah. Figure she's over here now. Now the question. Do you throw her in the fire? You gonna do it?
I mean, I wasn't planning on it.
Alright. Alright.
You must cast the bard into the fires of Moria. It is the only way.
What's
Why
a
should
Moria?
I? The bard shall be mine. It's a place that you go when your DM's fucking 10,000 times cooler than I am and has a lot of time to drink and write. And has successfully lived through a world war.
That's fair.
All right. So as you all move Erlinda towards the fire, God damn it. I had cough drops explicitly to prevent that from happening.
How'd that work for you?
A group of these gnomes move over to sit at the fire with you, as well as the knight moves over from the house to come sit down with you. Boop.
How are they gonna react to this literal corpse just laying there?
So trying to warm up your undead friend over there? Wouldn't be the first time for any of us. And that's coming from the gnomish knight, and as a brief pocket opens up in the sky to let moonlight through, The moonlight hits these gnomes, and you see the flesh and kind of just disappear, and you realize that these gnomes are a lot more to than they seem they were to begin with. And as you gaze upon the crowds around you and the village around you, you see this happening to pretty much everything and everyone in the village. As light hits them, their skin kind of disappears. It's not that it melts or like actually like falls off. It is much more like an illusion, kind of fading away. And well, some of these gnomes are more lively than others. Some of them are more skeletonized than others. There is a very big variation throughout the crowd.
The moonlight exposes them for what they really are.
Yeah, and if you notice, they all each have a singular gold piece hanging around from their neck as well. You were wondering where the pirate thing was coming from? No, they don't actually have that gold piece on them. But yes, they are all somewhat undead themselves. And the Gnomish Knight, as he sees you guys turning your heads to observe this effect happening around everybody, says to you, "Guys, we've been here for forever, essentially. Um, Not the best way to show you guys what we are, but how'd you think we've survived for so long? We're immortal. I mean, not the cool kind of immortal where like you're permanently alive, but like the kind of immortal where you die and you're kind of not dead. Your pal's gonna
They're
be okay.
also undead.
Well, we prefer the term not alive.
But the technical term would be undead.
We kind of view that as kind of like, uncool. You know what I mean?
Okay, before my friend says anything else, are you, I am not as familiar with keeping her alive. Would you be able to help, or is there anything else we need to do here? Was she?
It's like a human being. She's the reborn. She's not like, well, I mean, we're like undead, right? So if you throw holy magic at us, it's gonna be a bad day for us. But no, she's different. She's more alive than dead. You know what I mean?
No.
Look, there's a lot of gray areas when it comes to undeath. A lot of gray areas. You wouldn't think it'd be so. You think it'd be black and white, where it's like, okay, you're dead, you're alive. Not so much. So, like, we're undead. I mean, we're not alive and not alive. You know what I mean? Like, you're seeing the real us right now. But that's the real one. She's always real. You know what I mean? She's not like she was dead and then undead, and now she's kind of undead, but more alive than undead. Like if there was like a spectrum to this, she's like on the right side of the spectrum, closer to alive than dead. Throw a fucking healing potion on her. I don't know how to be more obvious than this.
So what you're saying is you are on the undead spectrum.
That's kind of what I said, yeah. Why do you find this funny? I don't.
Tano, shut up. We all died and came back to life. That's the specific. Yeah, Linda just kind of woke up and just heard that.
My stupidity has woken her up.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
See, I knew I could do it.
Your methods are unparalleled.
Thank you.
So, I haven't introduced myself. You guys ready for a crazy reindeer name?
Oh boy.
Because I had one earlier and I just forgot it, and I'm kind of pissed. So now we get random name, reindeer name. That's why it's gonna be crazy.
Ah, yes, his name is
Uh,
Akashakak.
My name is Claudius von Mechanica.
Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, Claudius von Mechanica. Let's say that in the nom-nom voice for everybody. I can't.
Greetings, Mr. Mechanica.
Mechanica.
She just weakly waves.
Are you trying
then-
to tell me that you are a mechanic? You work on things?
Why would you ask that? Obviously not. I'm kind of a paladin. You see the whole entire garb.
What's the name?
Your god isn't the Omnisaya by chance?
No, it's the Kringle Sire.
Ah,
What
perfect.
are your feelings on machine spirits?
Yeah.
Well, we don't like artificers around here.
That tracks.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, we have quite a few artificers here, actually. And when it comes to machine spirits, we don't necessarily believe in spirits of the machine. I mean, our god kind of dictates that machines and animals don't have spirits. That when they die, they go nowhere.
So what's with the the void creatures out there? What
Oh,
What are
you could
they?
call them void creatures. Not necessarily what I'd call them.
what do you call
What
them?
would you call them?
You wouldn't understand in the gnomish language. Do any of us speak gnome?
I
No.
do. I speak Sylvan.
Oh, is that then? Is that
I
no?
don't.
Okay,
No.
I was bullshitting. There is a name for it. I was just having fun with this. That's still a gnome. You have to have a
he's-
little fun.
All I care is
stalled
that they
stalled long
they
enough
should
to
just
Google
fuck
something.
off. I don't want to ever deal with them again.
Well, it depends on what shadow being you're talking about. There's a variety out there today. A lot of weird stuff happening. We don't really have a name for it. We know they've been around since before, well, pretty much everything.
Good.
We've been fighting them. Like I said, we're undead. We've been around for thousands and thousands of years. But as its true name, I don't know. It's kind of been lost to translation. We just call them shadowy things.
Shadowy things.
Well, it's a work in progress.
I call them shadowy fucks.
Wow, jaded our way. I mean, I get it. I've fought them too. Not a pretty thing to fight. By the way, speaking of which, you should probably get your weapons doused in the pine oil real quick.
What?
Menthol?
Yeah, so he points over towards a barrel. Let me go get my fucking shape thing. To the shape thing. So he points over in this direction over here. Pine oil. That's the only thing that helps out with those things. So normal attacks really don't do anything against them. Magic still works in like fire and stuff. But if you try to stab it with a sword, it's not going to do much. But it turns out the pine oil from an evergreen tree, kind of like sap, oil. I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
It's
But if it does your weapon on that, it should actually really, really like make things kind of even again. You might be able to fight things.
duly noted.
Dude, this is
Yep.
but yeah, that all aside, look, is everybody chill? Does anybody need healing? We got potions. We got the whole entire 9 yards.
I'm fine.
I have 9 yards.
Well, I mean, obviously you're not fine. Let's start there. Look, first off, these livings won't understand this. You're not fine. We get it. It's been a hard fucking life. 2 lives. All right, but that aside, you didn't have a good time. I'm gonna say we've got beds. You guys might want to go take a rest or something. The lady of the village will understand. Mrs. Claus, Miss Kringle. She's got many names.
The bed does sound nice right about now. She gets up and just moves around under her chest and just
Let's
puts
I'm
a
just
rib
gonna
back into place.
just a quick like insight check on just him in general. I mean, he seems, but I don't know.
Give me a roll, brother.
23.
Jesus Christ, man!
You
You
know,
didn't
that
roll
one
one.
was a 19.
Um,
Combat, if we get into it, is gonna be absolute shit. I'm just gonna call it out now.
so due to your nature of who you are and what you do, Ryu, you're naturally kind of questioning of people's existence. Not their existence, but their reason why they do things. And as Claudius von McCanna is talking here, you've been paying attention to his hands, his eyes, his general body language to see what's going on. He seems genuinely interested in your well-being as a party. Whether or not there is an ulterior motive as to why he wants you to be well, you don't understand what it could be. There might be there's obviously a reason, but you can't really seem to understand. You don't get what it is. He's being genuinely nice. He's trying to be helpful. He doesn't want you guys getting hurt. He's got good intentions.
That's fair. Then, but before I'm just gonna ask, like, so Ken,
Oh, you know
we
what? From that high
appreciate
roll,
everything. What's that? Oh,
from that high roll, I should also give you, based upon the way he talks to, he's obviously the follower of a god or goddess, or at least of some religion that is that is benevolent. Like he is actively trying to give you guys help. Right. There you go.
it's fair.
Please take us to your dormitories or wherever it is you plan on having us stay the night.
No worries. The rest of you guys want to go too, or we're just gonna? I'll send one of the guys to escort her over to the bunk. Yeah, well, it's not funny. Sometimes I stutter. It's not. It's no laughing matter.
Remember, gentlemen,
I
we're
guess
guests in their domain. Please
sense
speak.
of humor is different. I apologize.
Well, remember, we're in their we're guests in their domain. Let's try our best to be respectful guests.
Yeah, I'll come too. It's been a long day. Weird day.
You're gonna let
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna let
go
Tana sit
get
out here by himself.
some oil first.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Might as well.
No, good call.
We might want to. Oh, I moved the
Oh,
by
the
accident.
whole world is moving. Earthquake!
They
And just
broke.
like that, a titan falls from the sky. Oh no, it's Ronan from Titanfall. Run!
Stand by for Titanfall. That's such a good game.
Great game. All right, let's go up and get.
Past month it was only $2.99 on Titanfall, or $2.99 on fucking Steam. All right. This is where the dorms will be.
Tonight's
So if you
stream is brought to you by
Titanfall. Have you ever wanted to play a game that's been unmonitored by EA for the past 15 years? Titan.
Well, fuck you. Go
Great
play
game.
Apex Legends.
You ever wonder what Respawn could have done other than a shitty MOBA? Titanfall too, and Titanfall. All right. Okay, so you guys go to the dormitory. Tano's walking over to get some oil and dinosaurs. Did you know oil is made from dinosaurs?
Yeah, when he said that, I'm gonna deviate with him, or go over there with him too.
As you guys see,
intelligence.
Can I get everybody to roll me a perception check real quick?
Yes.
All right. I have a +4 to that.
Okay, there we go. 6.
I got 19.
It's 5.
Oh, Ryu, you ain't see shit. You just keep walking towards getting your oil.
Does the
18.
shield have like? Oh, sorry. 18.
18.
Okay.
Does the shield have like
Erlinda,
a visible effect by chance?
shield the magic spell?
No, this the like the thing that. Okay, is there something around the town that's like?
Oh yeah, it's the wall.
Oh,
No,
okay.
there's no like visible runes or arcane that you can see going around. You're just being reassured that the town is safe. If the town is safe or not, you guys will find out if anything happens.
Fair. Sorry. as you
Um,
were.
Erlinda, did you deviate to get oil too for your shit?
I mean, it's not like I need it. I mean, I'm predominantly a magic user, but I might as
No,
well.
you're good. You're good. You're good. I just want to know where you are in relation to everybody else.
Yeah, I just walked over here to get the oil just to be safe.
So Erlinda walked off first, and you have a gnome with you walking you over to show you where the oil is. And out of the corner of your eye, you just see something very small dart from the left side of your vision to the right side of your vision. And you couldn't really make it out, but it was small and it looked like it had small hands attached to it.
From?
And you heard something mutter, a noise coming from it, just like a little mutter, but you didn't really make out what it said.
Hmm.
China.
So Camper,
Damn it.
so it's Tano and Ryu. Erlinda, you get your oil. You see that.
Yeah, I know.
You head over to the dorm. Tano and Ryu follow up like 2.5, 3 minutes later, and you see Erlinda walk off into the building. And Ryu, you don't see shit. You're just walking off to get oil. However, Tano, you, out of the corner of your eye, make out a little thing sitting on top of the house, right next to the oil barrels, just sitting on the ledge. And you can't really make it out, but you hear Thomas.
Oh god, no.
Oh,
God, no.
And then it scurries off.
Can
You don't see where it
can I-
goes to.
Okay.
No, there is no rolls, no secondary roll here. You needed a roll 20 if you wanted to figure out what the fuck was happening here.
Oh no, I was gonna ask if I could throw a hunter's mark on it so I can keep track of it.
I'm sorry, I just had the mental image of the Aliens movie, the Alien Tracker.
Yep.
It's 3 days from now, I'm just sitting in the middle of the forest fighting a bunch of shit, and all you hear is.
Dinosaurs!
You guys, I'm just. I gotta paint the scene. You hear that, you hear Tano scream, and you guys walk over to the body, and you see Tano eviscerated in the snow, and just a little hole coming out from like one of the banks in the snow by his body, and then you hear rustling coming from you or behind you, and you just hear, "Did you know there are over 1 million strains of DNA in dinosaurs?" Before the lights fade to fucking black. Okay, back to reality here.
I feel like we should be
You guys-
mildly concerned that he's fantasizing about the way we die, but it's fine. Yep, continuing on.
It's not the first time. It won't be the last time. Just
What's
What's
ignore
really cool is that scene's actually from The Thing, the remake of The Thing, or not The Thing, Dreamcatcher, which is really good. God damn it. Anyways, moving along. Choo choo train, choo 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 choo. Okay, so you guys are heading into the dorms after grabbing oil.
Yep.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So when you guys get inside, there's a gnome that's inside who's wearing like a little servant's uniform. And Erland is probably standing next to him as he was probably waiting for all three of you to come in so he can introduce all three of you at the same time for where your bunks are going to be. And yeah, so you two walk in, see Erland is standing there, and this gnome's probably just having a little chit chat with you too. And he goes, "Oh, welcome to the lodge. I know I do not sound like my fellow brothers and sisters. I was sent off to a proper college to learn how to speak properly. Um, but welcome. Upstairs on the second floor of this house, you will find 3 rooms next to each other with a single bed and a Gideon Bible inside the desk. Don't ask what that is. I have no idea either. Mr. Claus told me to put them in there. If you would, you can go up there, take a nap. There's a kitchen down here. If you need anything, just call downstairs. Ask any gnome. We'll come to your aid. I know it's been a rough night for at least one of you.
Yeah, it
If
was
not
pretty
all.
hard.
But rest assured, you will be safe within these walls. Well, 2 of you will be safe. The third one might get murdered in his sleep. Anyways, if there's nothing else that I can do for you, you
Watch
are
out,
free
Reed.
to roam.
You might die in your sleep.
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate it.
No problem. And he walks away. Inside this house, I want you to imagine like a nice winter lodge, like a single room lodge, right? It is, well, those would be your rooms. This lodge is very cozy. It is made from lumber. It's well insulated. You do not feel the outside harshness whatsoever. In the center of the first floor is a bonfire pit or a fire pit. Surrounded by our tables that have food on them, water, whatever you could possibly want to eat. Um, there's a little kitchen attachment to it. If you look across from that, there's like a little table with some mortar and pestles on it, some vials and stuff like that. There's a couple of gnomish children running around. You get you get a feeling that most of these houses are community houses, and these gnomes are very big on community.
How sweet.
So yeah,
Family.
It's all
you see
about
Don
family.
Toretto walk in the back, all like actual 6 foot tall Don Toretto walk in with little fucking fake gnome ears on. Family. With a little Corona in his hand.
Yeah, he's also got a Erlo brand pump action shotgun with him.
Yeah, his fucking Dodge or his Erlo Charger parked out front.
The Earl slapper.
Got the gnome pack.
Meat slappers with a Hemi.
What that would
The
even
69
sound like.
slapper.
Jesus fucking
That's,
Christ.
that's a different thing, Capper.
There are now roads. You got roads in this town now, and all you hear coming from the outside is as all these meat slappers are just running, driving around. Cool. So if you guys want to, you can bullshit before you take a rest. You can go straight into the rest if you want to. There are things you can talk to. You can enjoy yourselves. It's a nice little homely environment you found on it. It smells fucking amazing inside. It smells like somebody's cooking gingerbread. There's actually a really fat witch who's cooking a child inside that oven right now in front of you. But it is a generally homely environment.
Ooh, honey
So
roasted or
is-
rotisserie?
Blended actually.
Ooh, tasty.
Perpetuating the myth that lizard folk eat people. Good job.
I would have it no other way.
There's a
yeah,
book on
man.
the counter that says how to cook how to cook Faerun people.
Carefully.
With a lot of salt. And preferably bathed before cutting.
Ooh, I wonder if this book has my favorite recipe of orc tartare.
Orc tartar? No. No. It does, but no. All right, cool. Cue the sleepy time musics.
Dun, 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 dun.
You wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. The whole entire town is on fire. Shadow beings everywhere. No, I'm joking. Um, no, you do get a nice 8 hours uninterrupted sleep. Um, when you do wake up, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun is shining, which is a very different change of pace from how it was the night prior. There is no snow actively falling in the air right now. You see gnomish children walking through the streets from the windows from your beds. At the at the foot of all your beds, by the way, is a nice little present for each of you that was wrapped with care. Um,
Oh, how sweet.
and a note on each of your doors facing towards your bed with each of your names inscribed on your individual letters. And it is sealed with a peppermint-looking wax seal.
I lick it.
It tastes like wax.
Alright, Erlinda opens up her stuff.
What do you want to do first? Letter of the box.
I guess we'll do the letter first.
Okay. Um, so you crack the wax seal, and the smell of peppermint hits the air around you.
Ooh,
Um,
decadent.
and on the inside, it says, "Dear Erlinda, I know it is a hard time that you found yourself in our poor, our small village. However, a present for you and the feeling of warmth from our community to you. Welcome to the Kringle Village." And it is signed Mrs. Kringle. You have a feeling that these letters are mass produced.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Those signatures printed on.
It looks slightly gnomish.
Oh, well, it's a thought that counts.
All right. So you pick up the present off the floor. You have a box in front of you that is wrapped nice and neatly in bright green wrapping paper with a nice gold bow sitting on top of it. And as you touch the box itself, the bow itself unwinds, and you pull the cover off, and inside of it is a nice little pendant. The gem. So I want you to imagine it is on a beaded string itself, right? It's like a metal bead. It is brass in color. The pendant itself is a bright purple crystal with a pink glow emanating from the middle of it. And it is held in place by a nice little gold piece. So if you were to put it all together, you got this nice brass bead, followed with a little chain, a little pendant chain that is again golden color, and then you have the purple crystal, and it is emitting a pink light.
Ooh, very pretty. She puts it on, checks it out. Checks herself in the mirror with it on.
Nothing. No, it just looks cool.
Yee.
Just looks cool.
Alright. And she leaves her room.
So please write these. Write this shit down. By the way, write down what you got, and you leave your room. Flash forward to the other two.
Yes.
Uh,
But did you have more?
Yeah, Erlen, what do you want to do? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. He's gonna look or open the letter first, then check the box cautiously. Also, does the window open in the in the room.
Yes, you want to practice the Germanic ritual of Luften?
Lufton?
Yeah, it's when you have your windows closed during the winter season. You get to get in the fresh air. You open all the windows, turn the heat off. Luften.
Something like that.
Uncultured. Uncultured.
Hmm.
So you open the letter and it reads exactly the same as Erlinda's letter, except instead of saying Erlinda, it says Rio. And you open the box, and it opens the same way, except the color of your box. You have a nice rectangular box this time around instead of a cube box. It is about 2 feet long. Sorry, rectangular is 2 feet long, about a foot high, and about a foot and a half wide. And the color of the wrapping paper on this is jet black. And it's got a red bow around it. And as soon as you touch the bow unwinds itself. And when you open the box, you see a short sword.
Ooh.
The blade of the short sword is, how do I put this? What's the name of that fucking sword? Oh my god. You know the S, like the curved blades. It's not an actual, just like a singular line curve. It's got like that S pattern of the flamberge. I'll take a second, but if you look, beige. Yeah, hold on, I'll draw it for you. Probably could have drew the crystal too.
That's a flamberge.
So, boop, 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 boop. Blade looks like this. It's like all S and windy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. The hilt of it goes like this, and the pommel is a square red gem. But the hilt is gold in color. The blade itself is an obsidian color, so a nice jet black with very reflective surface to it. But the actual edge of the blade is like a it's almost a rusty orange, but not matte. You know what I mean? It's glossy. It's a glossy rust orange. So yeah, you want to touch that sword real quick for me?
Yes.
Well, you're dead. Reroll your character.
Yeah. Perfect.
No. The blade goes from being jet black to illuminating from the inside of it with a scion, or with not a scion. Wow. I was gonna say cyan, but actually no, wrong. With like a deep, deep crimson red. It is a faint glow. So hold on. I guess I could keep drawing this for you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Now, Erlinda, I know you're questioning why does his item seem so cool. Don't worry.
Well, he needed a short sword anyway for the Vex property, so it works out.
You got like a red that not only emanates along the edge of the blade, but it comes to kind of like, you know what I mean? It's glowing from the interior of it too. Um,
Sweet.
so that effect happens as soon as you touch the blade. The problem is you notice that it kind of hurt when you touch the blade, and you did take 1d4 damage from that. Let me just give you a d4 damage real quick. Sucker. Everything comes at a price, folks.
I got something to fix that when we meet up.
Wow. Well, son, you just took 4 points of damage. I'm sorry.
Rip.
Damn, just took a long rest and got fucked up immediately. So you feel that pain in your hand as you grip it, Do you let go of it immediately, or do you keep your hand on it?
It, probably drop it, honestly. If like feel like it bit me, basically, right?
How high were you high? Well, yeah, kind of actually. How high were you holding? Were you holding it waist level? Did you kneel down to grab it? Where are you dropping it from?
I mean, I probably moved the box to like the bed and like so like back into the box. So from waist height to a little lower than waist height.
So you let go of the sword, and it just sits there in the air. So the pommel's out, directed towards your chest, right? You see this blade move on the axis of its hilt, right? So where the blade meets the hilt itself, that's the axis it's turning on. It turns, and you see where the gem is. You see a little eye on the gem, and it opens up and looks at you. In your head, you hear, "I have taken in you. I am now yours. Direct me on who or what you want cut."
Um, hello, sword.
"Hello, master."
This is strange. This is
"It is
cool.
only strange if you let it be strange."
Are you able to like fly, or do you just sit there?
"I am using all my strength to keep myself from hitting the ground. Do
And if I
not
pick
taint my blade with nothing but blood."
and if I pick you up again, are you going to hurt me again?
"Not right now. For right now, I am charged. But if I run out of charge, yes, I shall consume a bit of you so I can keep giving you a good fight."
Interesting. So I'll go and grab him.
Yeah. No pain, no bite. Right before you grab the handle, while you do look down at, you do notice lining the handle looks like small, tiny pins, but they're flat against the handle right now. So if you were to grab it, it would not hurt you.
That makes sense. Awesome.
Yeah, there is a scabbard that comes with it too. It is jet black with gold. No, it's not gold trimming. It's gold embroidery. I want to say, like stitched in runes on the hair, the blade, the scabbard itself. The scabbard looks beaten to fucking hell, by the way. Um, so yeah, that
Interesting.
is a.
Oh, go ahead.
And you're gonna want to write this down.
Yep.
This is a +2 short sword.
Ooh.
Okay.
Um, it has a charge. The charge lasts 3 turns. To charge the weapon, it does do 1d4 damage to you. While charged up, you do +1. What is it? It's +1 fire damage. And you can cast the Firebolt cantrip.
Fire bolt cantrip.
Bolt, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. So +1 fire damage, and then can cast the firebolt cantrip.
Yep.
It sounded like you said fireball. I was like, wait.
No, you're not getting a fireball, fucking sword.
You gave me a fireball cantrip?
If you paid attention this time, I made this the most non-broken weapon of all time. I'm learning things now.
Yeah.
I'm learning not to break things.
And does it do like do I have is it every time I use it? Like or
No.
like so like okay, I can
You can proc
add an
it.
additional 5. Okay, perfect.
You can proc it.
Every
And
3
that's
turns I take 1d4 damage. I'm making sure that
yeah, it's your choice whether or not you want to enable it. This sword is gonna be like, yes, put the pins in the skin, put the pins in the skin. But other than that, yeah.
nice.
Also,
Ye-
this Does count as a magical weapon. And it does not need to be attuned to. Well, it does need to be attuned to. However, the attunement process itself is just giving your blood to it, which you just did. So you are attuned to the weapon.
Awesome. Do you have a name?
You're not ready for my name.
We're not.
Give me
ready.
fight, give me blood, and maybe we'll discuss my history and my origin. But till then, use me.
All right.
You feel the presence of this voice kind of pull itself away from your head.
Well.
Take this. It's dangerous to go alone.
Probably head out the door and see if the others are moving around yet.
Coolio. And flash forward over to you, Tano.
Woo.
Same thing. You got the letter on the door, or you got a present at the foot of your bed.
I'll look at the letter, assuming it says the same thing.
It does, except it's got your name on it.
Woohoo! Open the gift.
Cool. So you. All right. Well, best way to describe this. In front of you is a little package. It's not by no means big.
Giggity.
It's about 6 inches 6 inches long, 6 inches wide, and about 3 inches tall. The color of the box you get is this bright neon blue. And the bow that is wrapped around it is copper toned. As soon as you touch the bow unwinds itself. And inside the box is a cloth. Just a simple cloth.
Hmm.
You want to pull it out of the box so I can describe it, bitch?
I'm gonna pour it out onto the bed.
The bed fucking incinerates, the cloth burns through the floor and keeps burning through the floor and burning through the basement, and it is going to the core of the planet.
I knew it.
Now, you pour it on the floor, and it's just a simple cloth. It's not the newest cloth in the world either. It looks like it's kind of seen a couple of uses. Not like it's dirty, but it's kind of disheveled looking. There's kind of like minor tears in the cloth itself. Its color is like an ordinary gray. You get a feeling this is the kind of cloth that you might cover your face with in the cold. Or, generally used to put, I don't know, something like a face mask.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be situational, homie. Either you wear that shit right now, or you find out what that is the next time you get to somebody who knows how to do Arcana.
Oh, okay. I will wear the face mask.
You can't breathe anymore. If the face mask strangles the life out of you, you are dead.
All right.
But hey, at least you won't get corona.
Speaking of Corona, I'm gonna go.
It's actually a face mask of COVID immunity.
Face mask of immediate COVID.
Oh no,
Instant death.
I'm gonna get demonetized.
Perpetual COVID.
You get perpetual COVID. All you got to do is drink bleach. A certain president told me that one time.
Ivermectin.
No, that's how you get demonetized.
There goes my channel. I'm canceled now.
Well, the next time we see Wyverns, it's going to be on the Joe Rogan podcast. This session brought to you by Athletic Greens. No, it wasn't. We're not sponsored. Go get your
Uh,
fucking drink,
Squarespace
asshole.
does make it easy to build your own website.
Downstairs getting it. What do you mean?
And you know what? While I'm designing my website through Squarespace, you know what I like to wear? Me undies.
Well, while I'm enjoying MeUndies, I'm also playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends, no shot. Use code Reindeer for a free legendary hero.
Oh my god.
And while you're doing that, you're gonna get hungry.
Oh,
Don't forget to use. Honestly, Huel. It's Huel, guys. We're advertising Huel now.
God damn it.
You thought I was gonna go in a different direction, but no. We're doing Soylent Green,
I was gonna
motherfuckers.
say, if you get hungry, Soylent Green.
It's people.
Oh my god.
Okay, is everybody sitting down? Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody heads out the doors almost at the same exact time. If you were on the outside looking in, you'd see Erlinda pop her head out first, followed by Ryu popping his head out, and then Tano popping his head out in a Brady Bunch fucking order. Um, Downstairs, you see about 15 gnomes sitting at a long table together with food piled high on the table. You see the children. Yes.
Before we go down, as we're kind of like, hey, just real quick, I had half a thought here that like, didn't the guy or the old guy last night say that they never get visitors?
Almost never.
Yes.
Almost never, and yet they have a fully functional hotel. Is this strange?
I don't know.
You guys
Maybe.
smell the warm smell of colitos rising up through the air. You look out. You look outside, and out in the distance, you see a woman dancing with a bunch of dudes. You see the guy who showed you your room. He's got a steely fork in his hand, and he may never leave. Um,
Just nothing actionable at this time. Just something interesting I noticed.
yeah, you haven't seen a game prompt pop up to press X yet, but you have a feeling that there might be one in the coming future. Um, hey, come on downstairs. We cooked breakfast for everybody. Come on, meet the family.
Okie dokie.
Family.
It's all about family, Tano.
Tano, you hear
Bruh, bruh.
so you guys start walking towards towards the stairs, towards the kitchen area where everybody's sitting down right now. And Tano, you actually pick up one of the conversations that the kids are having at the table, and it goes something like this: "Did you see the elf? He looks kind of cool, but it kind of seems a little nuts. My daddy says it's kind of stupid. Yeah, but my daddy says the owl. The owl seems really cool. He's got this really nice set of swords, and I heard he might be something like a knight. But I don't know. Yeah, well, my daddy said that the wizard's kind of just like us. What else is just like us? And Ryu and Erlinda, what you're hearing right now is just a bunch of like chipmunk noises. Just like Tano, you have that mask on your face, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Hey. So everybody sitting
Totally
down for
unrelated.
food?
Yep.
What were you saying, Fezman?
I said totally unrelated.
Totally unrelated whatsoever.
Yes. As everyone's sitting down, I'm gonna do two things so that I can help us out. Erlinda is gonna use her feat inspiring leader, and specifically this part of inspiring leader for her compatriots. So yeah, all three of us gain plus 10 temp HP.
I'll find a way to get rid of that real quick.
Yeah, it won't last, but it's help. It helps at least. And then after that, and this part of my subclass feature. Yeah, as they're just having their dinner, she's just gonna have her friends help her with this little ritual. So essentially, I can choose up to a 3rd level spell. Technically, it's either from divinate. It's supposed to be either usually from divination or necromancy. Let's say fuck it, I'm picking spirit guardians.
Oh, great. Yay, Spirit Guardians. My favorite thing for events where I have groups of things attacking people.
You can
It'll be
tell.
funny. It's funny.
Hey,
Next mobs you run into are all going to have Spirit Guardians on themselves.
hey,
We could have a Beyblade arena going.
hey, you're the hey, you're the GM. You can tell me not to use the spell.
I could, but have I ever said no?
No.
Only because you didn't
Exactly.
read
Let's
the
keep it that
character
way.
sheet.
I just removed things from this campaign. Like Rio's mouth. Boom, you have no beak now.
Then how is he supposed to peck things?
Very careful.
I'll tell you about pecking things. Here's the pecking order. Me, followed by me, followed by me. Followed by
George Clooney.
Claudius von Mechanica.
The non-mechanica.
Just because the word has mechanic in it does not mean he's a mechanic.
That is how names go in these things going on here.
That's in the 40k universe. This is my universe, motherfucker.
Alright. Okay, what are we doing now? So
If you look out the window, you see a giant blue man in space armor walking past the door with what it looks appears to be a giant gun in his hand.
What's a gun?
Something that I took out of this place.
yeah, it was something that some Merlot
Erlo
guy.
Bolter.
It's an Earl Ulter.
Oh god. Erlter?
Alright, so you're doing your ritual.
The Orlota gun.
I heard the Lota
I've switched-
gun.
I've-
and so now I'm just
I've switched from
picturing-
Spirit Guardians to a Ultra gun. That's the spell I'm choosing now. It does 10d 1000 damage per shot.
Now I'm just picturing a gun that shoots out street corn. Anyway.
I choose the elote as my weapon of choice.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You shall not win with my mayo fucking covered, my chili mayo fucking corn. Fight me if you dare.
They come out of Tahine. Anyway.
My
Okay.
name is Ricardo Sueve.
Let's get this going.
I am.
I still
world's most
have that
no.
dating book.
All right. So you did your ritual. Is there anything specific that happens with your ritual? Like,
I don't
how-
know. She's just I never really thought about it. I have to take the time to actually think about it. It just said it happened. As everyone's just eating and Olinda's sipping her tea because she technically doesn't eat. So
All right, that's fine. So the kids are having fun. You see some of the adult gnomes talking to each other. There's a gnome that's sitting across from you, or not. Wow, Ryu and Tano. Well, back in my day, Kringle was the only one who was able to defend this place. What are we supposed to do with you three getting our grand leader Kringle dead? How'd you do it? How'd you manage to get the greatest man who has ever manned to die? You should be ashamed of yourselves. Hey, Grandpa, you can't just say that. They're visitors. Mrs. Kringle wouldn't like that. I don't care, boy. They got my friend dead. They don't kill him. Like it's their fault.
And
God, don't mind him. He's kooky. He's old. He's kooky. He's gonna die soon anyway. Well, he's not gonna die. He's undead. So we can throw some holy water on him. I bet that would work.
well, no.
Jimmy, you can't say that. That's your grandfather.
Now,
Oh, Dad, I'm just joking.
now, young elf. I'm sure your grandfather
I'm not
is
an elf.
right.
I'm a gnome, asshole.
No.
Jimmy, you cannot say that. I hate this place. And Jimmy gets away from the table and walks up to his room. Well, my grandparents anyways. It's like, I'm not an adult already. It's been like a couple thousand years. And the door slams, but like a gnomish slam, so you just hear it creak.
God.
I told you that damn nonsense about visitors being okay was gonna rot that boy's brain. Okay, Grandpa. Okay. All right, Dad. Let's go. Let's go sit down. Give you a little whiskey. Sit in your chair.
I sense a lot of
Yeah.
tension going on right now.
Well, we've been living in this house for like 1,000-something odd years together, so the drama kind of kicks up the spice a little bit in the family. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Grandpa's just quirky because he's been undead for like, I don't know, 4,000 years or something.
Yeah, how does that work? Like, what happened to you all?
It's a long story. The point is a young Kringle might have stolen, something from, I don't know, a lich or something, and then that lich cursed us with undeath. No, just weird coincidences.
Oh.
Did
A
you say a
lich.
lich?
Oh,
Yeah.
lich.
Neat.
One.
Yeah.
If we ever find him, by the way, if he ever dies, we'll probably be freed from this terrible existence. I mean, it's not terrible. We're getting this Kringle, but, one day we would like to be free from this existence.
Wasn't he undead too? So how is... Wait, I suppose they can still be killed.
It's
Yeah.
funny that you said that. As you're having this conversation about undeath, and you're starting to question how how Kringle is dead, you hear the front gate slam open, and oh god damn it! I told him not to move.
Oh.
Well, there's it. Well, that answers your question.
Mm.
And you see a
Found out
man
what's for
in a
you.
red outfit with a white palm at the top of his hat and a nice ginger beard start running up to you guys. Holy shit, he's back! It takes like 2 or 3 days for him to revive.
Oh, so this happened before?
This happens all the fucking time. I mean, usually, to be fair though, like, it's not trying to save people. Usually it's because it's like fighting 10,000 things by himself and he's being really cool and it's too much.
Hmm.
Huh. What's look at that? God damn it! Do you know how much it sucks being cut in half? Do you know what it's like dragging yourself together so you can stitch yourself together? As this guy runs up and punches Tano square in the jaw. Let me go. Where's my dice real quick?
I kinda understand. I had my legs chopped off one time.
Don't
Well,
they
this is
regrow?
never a fun thing to lose. That's a 9. Kringle whiffs his punch. So like he goes to punch Tano in the face, but kind of trips in the last second, and instead of punching Tano in the face, he just goes head first into Tano's chest and knocks him over.
So was that
Dude
the
just
attack
fucking
roll or the
human
damage?
torpedoed me.
No, the first attack roll, which was for the punch, was bad. The second attack roll for the tackle was successful. What'd you say, Tano?
I said he fucking human torpedoed me.
Yes, he did. He's wearing a very specific helmet from Peacemaker right now.
Human torpedo. No.
How much damage does he take from that?
I'm being nice, and we're gonna call it role play, so no damage.
Okie dokie.
But he might take it from this next attack roll as Kringle is on top of Tano and is bringing his fist down yet again. Your AC is 15, right, Tano?
14.
Oh, sick. So Chris Kringle punches you square in the face. And that is...
Question: how do you have less AC than I do?
He's a ranger.
Oh.
He's useless.
None of us were meant to be on the front. We're just
Yeah,
the
all your
only ones
front
that are
guys left.
Yeah.
So Tana, you take 4 damage as Kringle punches you in the face as hard as he can.
Yay.
Well, good thing I gave you guys that temp HP.
Told you I'd get rid of it quickly.
How much damage did I just take?
4. And Kringle puts both his hands together in a choking formation, and as he goes to choke you, you hear a door open in the distance. Just slam. Chris Kringle, what do you think you are doing?
I believe he's choking out my compatriot right now.
Go on, Bart Simpson.
And you feel the grasp of Chris's hands on your neck loosen as he looks up. I was just trying to show the boy some love. Like how he lovingly decided to run and get me killed last night. Chris, they're visitors. You know you can't be mean to them. It's not their fault.
I must admit, you look quite good for someone who just died.
Chris looks over at Ryu and he goes, "Look, I've been married for a couple thousand years. This is kind of bullshit. Can you distract her for a minute so I can finish choking your companion out?"
I do need him, is the thing.
I mean, how badly do you need him? I can build you an automaton.
Yeah.
Ooh, can we have the automaton?
Will you let me murder your companion?
Quick camper
Oh,
roll.
As Tano says that, you see Chris Kringle's eyes light up with glee. Why, yes, you can!
You know what? Let me.
Camper better start rolling up a Warforged
no,
character.
Oh no, an automaton
no.
body sounds pretty awesome.
As Miss Kringle runs over to all of you and slaps all of you in the back of the head. Chris, no, you're not making this man into a goddamn automaton. You two, honestly, I pegged you two for the smarter of the group of 3 that you've got going here, but honestly, I'm not so sure about that anymore. All right. Can we all go sit for a cup of tea and some cookies real quick? We've got a lot of explaining to do here.
Ooh, I could always go for another cup of tea.
And Miss Kringle heads back onto her cabin. Chris Kringle follows behind her. Claudius von Mechanica runs up to you guys and he goes, probably should have warned you he was going to come back. I mean, that's kind of, you guys kind of figured that was going to happen, right? We did let you know we were all undead.
Yeah. Yep. We totally knew. Had that pegged.
Oh, by the way, I just won 20 gold pieces from that, by the way. That was great. Just trying to figure what was going to happen. I kind of called it. I figured it was going to come back and strangle the kid.
Oh, we were taking bets?
Yeah, but took a bunch of bets on that. Honestly, Greg over there lost 1,000 gold pieces. He bet that Kringle was going to come back and decapitate the guy.
Well, I mean, if we had not intervened, that probably would have happened.
You see a gnome in the background throw his hands up in the air, so angry hearing that. Claudius just starts laughing. Oh, sucks for fucking Greg now, doesn't it? Ah, little luck. What a fickle bitch she can be.
Hello then. Well, lead the way, dear sir.
Come on, follow! And Claudius starts walking over towards the house. The inside of the Kringle house is mostly first floor, followed by a set of stairs on the back left-hand corner that leads up to a, I want to say like 10 by 20 foot room. So, about 5 feet of that is just like balcony getting over to the room itself. It is it's a long house, not a tall house. Um, on the bottom floor, you see two I don't want to say the word lazy boy because it is not the year 20th century, but two lazy boys.
Recliners.
Lazy
Um,
elves.
Yeah, you see a bunch of elves forming a chair. On all their foreheads, they got the word lazy written on it. No, there's two recliners. You know what? No, two rocking chairs. Cause fuck it, why not, right?
Hey,
So Miss Kringle's sitting in one. Chris is taking off his coat, putting it on the chair besides it, and sitting down in the other rocking chair. Out on the table, the coffee table that's in front of them, is a couple of plates of cookies, some milk, some tea. You notice there a distinct lack of gnomes inside the house besides Claudius himself, who's sitting with you guys. Um, House smells fantastic. It smells like Evermist dinner. The night, like right before everybody sits down with their families for Evermist dinner. That's what it smells like. So it smells good. It's a lot of good smells going on. So yeah, roaring fire going on over by the chimney or in the fireplace. Again, same homely atmosphere that you'd experienced over at the other house where your bunks are. Um, so first and foremost, Miss Kringle starts to say, "I want to welcome you. We did give you gifts for coming to coming. You gave them gifts? Yes. Just sit, shut up. Um, yeah. So the letters. I'm so sorry if they seemed a little impersonal, but can't be writing letters to everybody." We seem to have found ourselves in a bit of a pickle here because it's not very often we get visitors. In fact, when we do get visitors, they usually come from faraway lands and other realms, maybe. So, my first question before I go on to explain what's happening here: how did you get here?
I did.
magical doorknob.
Well, the magical doorknob created a magical mirror that sucked us in, and yeah.
If you don't want to tell me, you don't have to make up lies.
We're not.
Believe me.
Okay.
No, because that's some crazy shit right there.
You should see the things that we've dealt
As much
before
as a
that.
secret dimension of undead gnomes and undying people fighting.
Okay, you see from how
cosmic
my
horrors
perspective,
from
that
their
would be a
shadows?
normal thing, right?
You see how, from our perspective, that a magical doorknob that can do these things is normal too.
I'm just gonna like subtly take.
Are you
half a step.
riding the magic dragon right now? Are you puffing?
Do
Are you
you have a magic
puffing?
dragon I can ride?
It's a metaphor, son.
Oh,
It's a
well, now
metaphor.
I'm disappointed. Why would you lead me on like that?
I'm just gonna casually take half a step further away from.
Yes, I apologize for my half-elven companion.
For what?
He's an asshole, and he does this a lot.
Fuck you.
Do you really want
Yeah,
to fuck with Quartz?
kind of got that vibe off of him. Yeah, no shit, he's an asshole. I asked one thing. I said, hey, don't move. Your life depends on it. And what does this guy do? He moves.
Ran like my life depended on it.
He's gonna die out here. Yeah, I do believe he might die out here.
I'm surprised he's
This
lasted this
is
long.
probably gonna die out here.
We've said that a couple of times in various locations.
I'm
and
still
he's
here,
still
y'all.
here. So
He survived quite a bit, believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked by that, really. Yeah, I have no opinion on this. He's gonna die one way or another, whether it be by my hand, most likely, or by the hands of one of the void. At this point, it's gonna happen. I'm glad that you're all alive, so I can kill him myself. But
He also
that being,
accidentally shot an arrow between two repulsion shields, and now he's created an infinitely generating.
wait, you shot an arrow between two repel spells, thus creating an infinite arrow.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's what he
I'm
did.
saving it for later.
Oh my god. You guys might have what it takes to save this village. No, hear me out. Hear me out. No. I've been theory crafting this for a long time. No, I haven't. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever actually heard. What what? All right, before anybody else talks.
Yeah, okay.
Before anybody else talks, all right? Because there's some craziness going on here. All right? I'm not talking your craziness. That's crazy. Look, welcome to our village. We've been here for thousands of years. This might be a shock, but we're all undead. No, Chris,
Oh,
we told them
no.
about that last night.
So am I.
God damn it, Claudius. God damn it.
Don't worry, I'm
Okay.
also a walking corpse, so I don't judge.
Yeah, no shit, you look like one.
And you smell like one, too.
Can I Eldritch Blast
Chris
Tano?
Kringle just pulls out a gun and shoots you in the face.
A gun?
We don't know what
So-
dimension we're in.
Sorry, a mechanical projectile launcher.
Patented
How
by
is the
Erlo.
projectile launched?
It uses water.
So it's a squirt gun.
No, it actually. No,
high
what it
powered
does is it actually
water
rips the hydrogen atom off of the oxygen atoms, breaks the molecule apart, creating fission. Which
how does
then,
it
with
do
the
that
heat generated from
mechanically?
fission,
Using
so if
only
you were to look
water.
on the entire of the propulsion device, it would look like a miniature demon core being held up by a tiny screwdriver. And every time you pull the trigger on that, that screwdriver gets a little looser.
Repel spell and act. Is it a bubble? Like a radius?
Well, for what I use, no.
Okay.
Okay, we good? We're good. Everybody good?
Yep.
Improvising
Cool.
artillery ideas over here. It's fine.
Look, you guys got trapped here. Fine. It's kind of a good thing. We need help. The reason why so few people come through here is this is a very hard place to find. We've spent years putting up wards and sigils to prevent people from finding this place. You may have heard about Evermiss, everybody's favorite holiday. Well, the origins of it are a little bit darker than you'd think. The reason why people get presents, why the people feast on Evermiss, is because when the first Evermiss happened, it wasn't a good time. We were in the middle of a war. It's a war between dark forces and the forces of good. We didn't think we'd win the war. So the last night before we went out to battle, we used all our rations and what we had to make our families happy, to spend one last night together. And a true miracle happened that day. Some say our army grew 3 times the size.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to push back the forces. That was thousands of years ago. Many of my soldiers, many of my friends and comrades have died since then, and unlike them, we're cursed with undeath. We're on the last verge here. We can't live like this anymore. We can't keep doing this. If we die, these forces get unleashed on the world, and we cannot have that happen. So the visitors that do come through here, we ask for their help, and the same question I'm going to ask you, will you aid us?
Sure.
Well, that was easy.
What happened to the other visitors?
Well,
They died horribly.
I don't. Some of them died quickly. Well, but for the most part, I mean, what would you call getting crushed, smashed, sliced apart, eaten, magically disintegrated by a horrible monster that you can't really comprehend? A horrible death?
That's an understatement.
Perfect. Okay. Yep.
So is the mechanical body still on the table?
If you look behind you, there's a mechanical body on a table stretched out. You see Chris
I'm
Kringle's
willing to help.
eyebrows.
Is that
see-
on offer?
You see Chris Kringle nodding his head up and down, and you see Mrs. Kringle look over at Chris, and Chris starts shaking his head no.
I don't know. I like the way this is sounding.
Dude goes
Yeah.
from half elf to warforged.
Robotano.
Warforged half elf ranger.
Dude's
The
about to
6 million
become.
gold
without a
piece.
trace.
The 6 million
Oh,
gold piece half
oh.
elf.
Dunk.
So, these creatures, you've seen them now, so it's no secret to tell you. These things that we are fighting are older than time itself. Before everything existed, they existed. I'm reticent to say the name out loud, but what I know them as are a boleth. Worm-like creatures that were in the void a long time, devouring anything that existed. They are dark creatures. Have you all heard of Illithid before?
Yes, I know them quite
All right,
well.
Illithid are nothing compared to these things.
Good to know.
All right, well, that's suspect. We'll come back and circle on that later down the line.
That's bold words coming from somebody in sucking distance.
What the fuck? Chris Kringle pulls
Tana,
out a gun and shoots you in the face the same time.
Tana, go in the timeout corner. Let the adults talk.
Just laying on the ground with no fucking face.
Not far from the village lies a tunnel system. In that tunnel system, it leads to an underwater cavern. We haven't gotten past that, but we know that's where they're holding up. What you fought the other day were mostly illusions mixed with a little bit of real to it.
Hmm.
The real thing is much more horrifying. However, to get over there, we gotta make it there before day. It takes about a day and a half to get to that cave. So we can't stop. We gotta keep moving through everything.
Do you have any mounts to make the journey a bit more bearable?
Your mother. I'm sorry, that was just reflex.
Yeah, I was just about to say, my mother was a whore, so.
Oh, really?
Accurate.
Chris, god damn it! It was a joke!
Yeah, aren't you married?
Unfortunately.
Look, it's been a couple thousand years. All right, what's marriage really
fair.
mean after the first 50?
Yeah. On that note, what is it that we can do that you can't?
So, that's a good question. Well, the answer is pretty simple. Their cave system's got a ruined system that blocks me from entering, and if I try to enter it, I'll die. And not the die where I come back a day later to scare the shit out of you. I mean, actually die. Some weird fucking magic. I really don't know how to explain it. Nobody here is really versed in Arcana.
But, so that's where we come in then.
Pretty much. We've got a layout for everything. Look, I'm the only one who can't go in there. Well, Mr. Kringle can't either. The gnomes can go down in there, but for the people that we do send down there, very few of them come back. In fact, the only one who's really ever been able to go down there in depth is Claudius himself. last time I went, there was about 12 gnomes with me, and I'm the one that came. Cave system's no joke.
Well, will you at least be our guide?
Yeah, down with you. Why do you think I'm here? Can't let you guys go into the cave system alone. You probably make the whole entire situation worse.
John,
Oh,
Do you need a
what I was
tissue?
trying to
You
say
all
without
right?
saying the name. No, he was saying you suck ass.
Oh. Fair.
Look, I'm a nice guy too. And normally I don't resort to cursing or doing anything like that, but come on, man, you got like the personality of a fucking asshole.
Is there more?
No, that's all I did to say. See, I'm not an asshole. I'm not gonna keep throwing you out.
I'm sure Mr. Kringle would love to, but I doubt his wife would let him.
I'd eat that ass like groceries, son.
Assumes the position.
That's what we were talking about, right? Y'all see pink flash of light in the last 3 seconds. Never happened.
No, get back here.
Traversing through time and space itself, breaking reality. Tano jumps the dimension.
Thanos like,
Grabs
that
onto
fat-
the memory and rips it back into reality.
Thanos like, give me that tongue.
All right.
What that mouth do, boy?
So the plan here is to send you guys to the cave. Claudia's going to take lead and guide you through. Realistically, I'm not asking you to fight these things. I'm trying to ask you to collapse the caves. But to do that, you got to start nearby to where they are. If you collapse just the entrance, they'll break out soon. If you collapse the whole system, they won't be able to get out.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
Do you have enough explosives for that to even happen?
Look, I don't want to brag, but I've been waiting for this moment for my whole life. I was afraid they were going to take my Erloters. No, wait, that's too close to modern topics. Bring it on back.
Elotes?
No.
Too close?
Yes.
Not the corn.
The corn.
National
Hello.
corn shortage going on.
Earl brand explosives?
Well, it's funny you say that. So Chris, out of his pocket, pulls out what looks like a stick of this red stick with a long string sticking out of it. And on the side of it, you see E, a scratched out letter, and L, and another scratched out letter. Underneath, you see the word dynamics. We got about 3 or 4 crates of this shit. It's high potent, high grade. The man who made this was insane. One stick of this is enough to blow a crater in the size of this town into something.
That's about right.
Well,
Yeah, see, we got this when we were in talks to expand the village with this corporation. Can't remember what the name of it was, something Dynamics. But we chose not to because, keep the holidays pure, right? No corporate greed.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's getting. Hold on. OC. I need water. The gnome voice is killing me. I've been doing it all night. Jesus Christ. By the way, how's Firth doing? Does anybody remember where you guys left him?
In the doghouse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait for the Firth one shot to come up where it's just me DMing myself. So, we have a bunch of explosives for you to use. There's more to it, though. Where they're hiding, that cave that they're hiding out in used to be an old mine that we used to use to get gems and gold and shit out of there with. What you can do There's support beams that go down pretty much every single tunnel. If you could knock out enough of those, the whole entire tunnel's would collapse. You don't necessarily need to blow everything up. You just need to knock a few key pieces out of the way. I am telling you right now, this sounds easier than it will be. There are things in that cave, not just the aboleths, not just these void beings. There are other things in this cave.
There always
Mostly
is.
dead gnomes.
You're saying?
Back to the, it
Well,
takes
wait,
about a day and a half to get there when you guys need to get there before nighttime. You guys got to travel. Yes.
Sorry, similar question to the how are you still alive, or shouldn't you still be alive? Shouldn't the gnomes that died down there still be alive?
Not every gnome was cursed. Not everybody here was cursed. Remember, we've been here for centuries. No.
Right.
Our curse comes from something entirely different. As I keep saying, or as we've said before, as we keep saying, we do infrequently get visitors. There was one specific visitor we got a couple 100 years back. He was not a good person. I can't remember his name, dear. Can you remember his name? No, it seems like it's kind of just been lost to time. Well, I don't remember his name either, honestly. That's kind of weird. Weirdness aside, what we thought was a man turned out to be more, much more. We
They
paid the
smell
price
like
for letting him in
oranges.
the village. Yeah, he smelled like oranges.
Of course, it's him.
Oranges and rot.
We know the lich you're talking about.
You've run into him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
nearly got disintegrated.
Disintegration would have been lucky. I'd rather be a pile of dust than sit here for another 100 years. Don't say that. Think of all the good we've done in the years that we've been here. Yeah, what good? We've been fighting these the whole entire time. Yeah, we've kept the world safe by doing this. Honestly, this is probably just another Thursday for Faerun.
Well, you may not be
What
getting
what
any
did he want
thanks.
here?
He didn't want anything. He came here out of spite and out of hatred. What? What better to increase his power to make him more powerful than to seek out things that were older than the universe itself? That's what he came for.
Hmm.
Prior to his visit, this was a peaceful village. Yeah, we were fighting forces at bay, but it wasn't constant death and constant misery everywhere. It's more like a skirmish here or there. But he walks into town not only to have my elves disappear overnight. Suddenly these things are twice the size they used to be and much more violent. And then Claudius gets cut down at the gate by one of these aboleths. And a day later, after we bury him, he claws his way out of the grave. It's the same for all of us. I think it's just some cruel joke he's trying to play.
Yes, we're quite aware of his penchant for humor.
One day we'll be free of it. But first we gotta deal with this.
Well, we're in the market for sticking it up to that lich as much as possible, so we will gladly help. Right, everyone?
I am pretty sure we are here specifically for this task.
Why do you say that? That's a weird thing to say.
The what do we call him? The trans-dimensional magical doorknob. Pretty much said as much.
Yeah, about that. What? So explain exactly what brought you here.
Well,
Like I
admitted.
said, we put sigils and wards up. This, for all intents and purposes, this place doesn't exist.
Yeah,
It's just mm,
we're kind of confused on the details as well. The doorknob apparently said that it's a pocket dimension that spans both space and time, and it was created by our future selves, apparently.
Mhm.
And we ended up here because Tano pissed off the doorknob and just, yeah.
I don't think I need to tell you, but things that are that powerful tend to not be good.
Yeah, I'm still a little iffy about the doorknob thing.
Well, we'll see about what we can do getting you home after this. All right, guys. I think we've had enough talk with the Kringles. I think it might be time for us to gear up and get on out of here.
Yes, we should prepare as quickly as possible and leave post haste.
Before you go, and Miss Kringle turns to Wyverns.
Yes,
I see you're wearing the necklace I gave you.
yes, it's quite lovely.
Have you noticed the glow?
Eh, faintly, but
Would you like me to tell you what it does?
other than just look quite fashionable.
You can store up to 3 spells in that.
Oh,
Dang.
While it can't hold extremely powerful spells, for ones of minor nature, it can hold them up so you don't have to waste the energy expending them.
ooh. Well,
On the backside, out of character, you can hold up to 3 level 3 spell slots in that necklace.
ooh. Level 3. That's actually quite powerful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Let's see. Does it have to be from
Remember, guys, don't forget to write these down.
Yeah, I'll write them down. Does it have to be a spell that I currently have learned, or could it be any spell from my spell list?
It'd be one that you currently have learned. Essentially, all you do is you cast a spell. The gem will absorb that, and that it will hold in there until you either use it or until something else happens.
Alright. I'll have to figure out
Uh,
which.
I will just tell you to be careful with that, she says as she's stirring her cup of tea.
Is there like a side effect that I'm not supposed to be aware of?
Oh, not necessarily, dear.
Hmm.
Nothing bad, at least. Now, Ryu, that sword, on the other hand, be careful with that sword.
Yeah, I get the impression it's been used before. It has been that it's had several previous owners.
Chris Kringle turns his head towards you. Uh, that that blade is very old and very emotionally unstable. You can do a lot of good with that blade, but be careful.
Is there something specific that I should be careful about? Like,
Not really.
perfect.
Just be careful with it. Like, don't run with that sword in your hand. Like, you know what I mean? Just be careful with it. Nothing ominous behind that. Just a
Yeah,
sword after all.
just a sword. Yes. with a voice.
But what do you mean a voice? Just a
It's-
sword.
Yes, it's just a sword that definitely didn't talk to me.
Chris Kringle is just staring at you with his eyebrows raised, like he's kind of confused and worried about you. He turns to Erlinda and goes, "Does he do this often?"
No.
Don't worry, Ryu. My arrows talk to me all.
Does the sword not normally talk to people?
I think your sword's possessed.
It's literally just a sword. It is a sword from a long time ago. When I say a long time ago, when we were all still living. One of my commanders used it when we were still fighting the Shadow Forces at the beginning.
And would he talk to the sword occasionally?
No, it was just a sword.
What was the name of your captain?
Okay.
Is that light lit by gas right over there by chance, or is that
No, I mean, the sword has a name. The Razor Breaker.
razor breaker?
Yeah, so my commander was very famous for breaking other people's swords with that. See, the curvature on it would catch the blades as he was swinging downwards and allow him to catch it and snap it, essentially.
Fancy.
All right.
But yeah, he never talked to it. So if that sword is talking to you, I would put it in a scabbard and maybe when we get you out of here, go and see somebody who knows a little bit more about enchantments.
Great. Good to know.
But again, it's just a sword. It shouldn't
Just
be
a sword.
enchanted or anything.
Hmm.
Well, that sounds kind of ominous. You sure? You sure you didn't just hand him a cursed weapon? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Claudius. I'm pretty sure. Like it only killed a million. Like it only killed a million shadow beings. Like it would never do anything to upset that metal whatsoever.
Linda just looking at the guy like doubt. All right. Well, we should make our any last minute preparations and then be off.
So
Well, I was gonna say it takes a day and a half to get there. We don't want to be
he tried
outside
explaining
in-
that. He did try explaining that to you.
Yeah. So like, is there?
I don't know. You guys can figure it out now.
Wait, you tried to. Did we interrupt? I'm sorry.
Oh, wait.
As you guys are all walking, out together,
I did. We didn't leave. What are you talking?
and all of a sudden it's 10 minutes into the future, and you guys are now at the cave entrance.
Oh, guys, I just remembered something. I have that giant flying bat that I bought from that Anvil's place.
I still have an immovable rod.
No, all right. So you guys are still sitting there. Anything? Any last words before we head out?
Well, just like, because didn't you say it was a day and a half away?
Explain it. Don't worry about it.
Eh. Then no. Beyond the logistics of how the fuck we're gonna do this, no. I think we're good.
Look, Claudius will take care of it all. Don't worry too hard. Look, it is a dangerous mission, but as long as you trust Claudius's decisions, you should be fine. Look, I know you guys just came here and you're visitors, but understand, Claudius has been around for quite literally thousands of years. He is one of the finest paladins to have ever existed. And you guys all look at Claudius, who's just there picking his ear.
Well,
Um,
I will admit he is kind of attractive.
um, did I ever describe what Claudius actually looks like?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, all right. We'll do that in a second. We'll do that in a second.
All right, we are getting into it.
Look, guys, I used to lead literally thousands of people in defense. Don't. We got this. We got this. Look, give it about an hour. Gather whatever we'll need. We'll meet at the campfire in the middle of the village, and then we'll head out from there. Don't worry about the timing on everything. I've got it all sorted out already.
If it any helps, I have a flying bat mount that we could use.
Well, that's sick.
Yeah.
But is that practical? Is it can it carry multiple people?
It's pretty big. It carried us away from the Lich one time. Quite a lot of us, actually.
Man, whoever made that must have been really fucking on something to make a giant bat statue that could carry multiple people.
Yeah, I just grab the statue out of my pocket, throw it out, and then boom, giant bat mount. It's quite useful.
You don't have to say any catchphrases or anything.
Nah, I just throw it out, and then boom, it's there.
Look, well, we can definitely use that, but I have something a little cooler.
Did we get to ride in the sleigh?
No! What the no!
Oh,
Do we have any, does it look like we have any sled dogs around here? If you were to look around right now, you'd see no dogs in the village. Well, what do you think I'm gonna do? Spend 4,000 years trying to learn how to tame deer?
fair point.
No, I'm talking with you. Of course we got deer in a sled, dumbass. And he and he gestures behind the house, which has a little stable behind it that has 12 deer.
You know, if I didn't find you attractive, I'd slap you right now.
Speaking of attractive, you look a little closer at Claudius. Let's get down to this description. Claudius is about 3 feet and 4 inches tall. He's got on steel armor. It is shining gold. He's got a long sword, but for anyone who is bigger than 3 feet tall, the thing is more like a dagger. From what you can see of his skin, he is covered in fur. He's got these giant ears that are very thin, so like you can like a thin membrane, so you can kind of see the light through them. You know how like if you look at a cat's ears,
Yeah.
like yeah. Where his nose should be is just like a clump of fur in the shape of a nose. He's got bright green eyes, and a little mustache that again is made out of just essentially the fur on his skin. Yeah, this is a normal gnome, guys. Don't question it.
Alright. You're quite attractive. Not gonna lie.
Oh, you don't have to leave after this. No, my bunk's big enough for two.
Wow.
Okay, so about the leaving.
All right, check it. You see those deer over there? And he points at the deer.
Yes.
Those babies? We used to ride them for miles. So here's the cool thing. These aren't normal deer. They're flying deer. If you believe it or not.
What?
Yeah, they can fly.
They don't look aerodynamic
And
at all.
as he says that, one of the deer starts levitating. And then just shits all over the place, and then just goes back down to the ground.
They learned
they're
that
also
they can
really
be
fast.
assholes. That makes sense.
Yeah, where'd you think you got the chocolate chips for your pancakes this morning?
There was pancakes.
But, yeah, I mean, you ate breakfast, right?
I just had a cup of tea.
I saw fruits
Huh.
and cereal. I didn't say no pancakes.
Only fruit I see is you. Anyways. Alright. You get to pick your deer. Once you're ready to go, we'll get on the way.
All right. Please direct me to your library, if you have one.
I'm okay. And then let me go get my circle tool. He points. Oh, well, that's not a circle tool.
That was a cone.
Please go pick a deer. Where's the library?
That's the library right there.
All right. She goes to the library. All right. Where else? Where's everyone else going now?
I'm just gonna follow whoever.
Wow, real individual there.
Yep.
Do we have to catch the deer?
No,
Or
no, they're just chilling.
walk up to one. Okay.
Are you walking up to a deer right now?
Yes.
Can I get an animal handling check?
Oh God. Come on, +1. This is gonna go awesome. 17.
God, as I put my dice away. Son of a bitch. You see this beautiful, magnificent gray deer standing in front of you. It's got a white diamond on its forehead. It's got an impressive set of antlers to it. As you come up to it, so all these deer are kind of grazing in their pen right now. And you walk up to it from behind, and it turns to you. As it lifts its head, the sun catches its antlers, and you get this like really cool beam of light hitting off of it, and it looks magnificent as hell. And it turns back to its food before turning completely around to look at you. Do you reach your hand out or anything? Do you like try to like be friendly with the animal?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Like how would you approach it?
I feel like similar to what I would try to do for like a well, yeah, I guess too late. Didn't ask the question. Similar to how I'd probably approach a horse, where yeah, you kind of just like slow and hand out to try to just like say hello.
So it immediately puts its it puts its nose into the cup of your hand, and like rests its face against it. And after doing this, it pulls its head back up. It leans its front legs forward and its back legs and sits down on the ground in a move to attempt to get you to lean or to sit on its back.
And just did I just climb on its back?
This deer stands up so fast, you are unprepared, and as you go to put your arms around its neck, this deer takes off.
Mhm.
You're about 50 feet in the air at the moment, flying in a circle. Tano and Erlinda, what you see is you see Tano approach this deer, get on its back, and you just hear Tano go, "Oh!" whoa," as this deer picks up speed. What it looks like when it flies is it keeps running as if it's still hitting ground, but it is just gaining altitude. But yeah, you can see Tano just flying in circles up there, holding on to this deer. Not for dear life, because he falls off, he could just fly. Or not Tano, fucking Ryu.
Does it say when did Tano be able to fly?
Yeah.
Well, he'd be able to fly for a second. So Tana, who'd you go with? Also, Ryu, do you want to try and get back down on the ground? What you want to do here?
As we're like buzzing, I'm gonna try to yell back down to the gnome. Like, any advice here?
Yeah, that one's name is Meteor, and he seems really chill until you get on him. Yeah, he's gonna be taking you for a ride for a little while there. You might want to try and ride him out and wear him down a little tiny bit. You can also say
Fair enough.
meteor down.
Meteor down.
The reindeer flips upside down in an attempt to get you off its back as it's flying. Can you do me a favor and roll me a strength test?
Yeah, how fast are we flying? Just out of curiosity.
Fast enough that if you fall off of this and hit a branch, you might get impaled.
Well, okay, fair, but like, what's the like
60 feet per round, so 10 feet a second.
Okay, sounds good.
So fast enough.
Faster than me. 18.
18. Come on, baby, give me a nat 20. Yeah, that beats an 8. So as Meteor flips over, you grab onto his neck and roll with him. Yeah, you're fine. Meteor kind of lets out a deer chuckle. I don't know how that would sound. Imagine it for yourself. And then proceeds to flip back over and head towards the ground at a nice brisk pace. So, not that bad.
All right then.
Who's next? Oh wait, Delator at the library. Shit.
Wait, where did Tano go?
Yeah, where did Tano go?
You asked before and then just kept going. So
Yeah, you said you.
I
no,
was gonna
you
say
said-
I was gonna follow somebody.
No, who I was gonna go with someone.
And then 5 minutes later you asked where I went and then couldn't say. So anyway, I was going to say I
So,
was
Erlinda, what are you
watching
doing
him
at the
Third
library?
fly around, but I'm at the library. Fuck it.
Dude followed the and listened to the library. Instead
Yep.
So as you guys walk over to the library, like I said, you can just see him get pulled up into the air and fly in circles, and just brought down to the ground. So you guys walk up to the library. You see a couple of the gnomes chilling outside, trying just to spruce up the outside of this building. And Erlinda, you approach the door, and on the door is a sign that says, "This session is over with. See you next session."
Wait, what? You're ending it now?
We're ending it right fucking now. You asked for a library. Now I gotta go make a library. Look what you did.
I was
Not a
just going
library,
there
a
just
library.
so I
Is
can.
it?
I was just
No,
going.
this is actually a good place to stop because once we get out of this town, things are gonna speed up quite a bit.
Yeah, all
Plus
we
it
did was
is-
just talk and roleplay, and laugh hysterically.
Yes, we finally had a roleplay session. Thank you guys. Now we can do a combat session. Thank Christ.
Oh, you can thank Camper for that.
Yeah, but you guys actually talked. Now I just need to get you guys to start rolling roll checks, and we're gonna start looking good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do the outro now. So, yeah, I'm going to the library. Woo!
Yeah, next time on the haunt, we sit down for 2.5 hours as Linda goes through the
And
history
read
of this
books.
town. On the back end, for the next 3 weeks, I've got to go write fucking fake books for this goddamn session. Thanks.
Admittedly, I was only going to the library just so that I could see if they had the second book in the Eldritch Blast book collection.
Yeah, well, it's important that you asked about a library because honestly, I probably should have put one in here in the first place. All right? Look, the idea here is the gnomes probably do have a nice giant library considering they've been here for thousands of years. So, but more importantly, I have things. And then before we actually head out all the way, Camper, your item is literally just a thing that allows you to speak other languages. Congratulations, you got the worst present.
Woo! But all other languages?
Yes, I
Cool.
know what this means. Yes, I'm explicitly saying yes to this.
Okay.
So yeah, you see a devil. Speaking devil speak. Yeah, you can speak that too. You see a demon. You're just gonna hear. Oh yes, I would like another little bit of tea in my cup, thank you.
Theoretically,
Excuse me, goddamn.
wait, does it allow him to speak other languages or just understand them?
Understand?
Oh, damn.
Fuck no, you're not gonna be able to speak abyssal.
Dude, I'm looking forward.
Joke's on
This
you, I
is-
speak abyssal.
You don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you fucking don't.
Look at my fucking character sheet. Yes, the
This
fuck
is
I
some
do.
He's a
bull.
he's a fucking ranger. Rangers can speak a lot of languages.
Brother, I got Abyssal, Common, Elvish, Infernal, and Orc.
You can speak Abyssal and Infernal.
Yep.
Also, why'd you pick Orc? You will never find
I don't
an orc
know.
in this whole entire thing.
I don't fucking know.
Well, he never specified what languages would be more
Exactly.
important.
No, they just take two languages that no one in this world would understand other than some fucking
And
ancient
the
fucking
idea.
wizard who's been around for centuries trying
And,
to find the arcana of the
And
Just
then
the-
here I come, some like 30-year-old fucking half fluent.
I cast
hey,
Hunter's Mark. Meanwhile, the angel speaking Celestial, and you're just like, I get it. So, guys, what the angel is saying is that the secret path that was laid down by the gods is this. Celestials all turn their heads at you wide-eyed, going, "Oh,
and the whole talking about the thing about the orc language. Remember during anvils, he met an orc and talked to them in orcish.
I too." Yes, he did. Oh yeah, you know what? I said there's never going to be orcs in this campaign, but we've had orc families in both this and Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Those poor orc families always catching the fucking stray from the RP. That one orc child who grew up to become insane after seeing anvils appear and then disappear after you guys stumbled out of an abandoned warehouse door that doesn't work.
All right. I guess. Okay. Now we end the session. We end the recording.
Yes, now we end the session.
All right. Bye.